All problems have root causes. Now, how do you know if the root cause of the problem you're having requires training to solve it? I'm Sherry Coker, and I'm here today to talk to you about developing and using a needs assessment. A well-designed and administered needs assessment helps you identify gaps in employee performance and why those performance issues are happening. Not every performance issue is training related, so not every problem that you have in your organization requires training. That's where a needs assessment comes in and helps you solve the problems and figure out how to implement the best solution. Let's talk about some of the questions that you need to ask on your needs assessment. So keeping in mind that on the needs assessment, you're really trying to identify gaps, what's currently happening and what should be happening. You want to be sure that individuals that you're surveying or that you're talking to understand what the performance measure is that should be happening within the organization. Asking why a problem is actually happening is one of the most important questions you can ask on a needs assessment. You need to be sure and get to the root cause of why any certain issue is occurring within your business or your production line or your office environment. You also want to be sure that you identify what outcomes people expect to see that are going to show that the problem has been solved. The deeper you dive into performance gaps and problems, asking why things are happening the way they are, the more likely you are to get at the appropriate solution. Sometimes it's changing a certain policy, sometimes it's changing the methods within which you perform an operation, sometimes it's changing the way equipment is arranged. For a training needs assessment, we're trying to identify when training is going to solve the problem that you're looking at. And so when you get to that conclusion, you're now ready for the next step, which will be the subject of our next video on determining what kind of training and how to perform it. And don't forget, all of this information is available on our website at workforce.otc.edu/bootcamp. We want you to have this, and when you're ready, give us a call.